Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
All right, Ro, season just a few weeks away from starting, man. Just talk about the excitement of the team and yourself right now.
We're very excited. We was gone to the house for a little bit. And, we were ready to come back. Guys were ready to come back. We was excited, ready to put the work in so we can have a good season.
Talk about putting that work in, man. Y'all just got out of practice. Literally walked out and came here.
Yeah.
Talk about how the vibe's going right now in practice.
It's going good. It's tough the last few days, 2 days. We just been trying to get the work in, do everything for Coach. Everything he asks us to do, we going to do it.
All right, now you're a sophomore this year.
Yes, sir.
All right, so talk about what you learned from your first year playing ball here, coming to school here, versus where you're at now. What's the biggest thing that you've learned so far?
The biggest thing I learned is you can't take no days off. I mean, you got to work every day, putting the work in. When you outside of practice, at practice, any time you can put the work in, just put it in.
All right, you talk about that as a leader of the team now. What are you doing to help those freshmen? Because you were in the freshman shoes not too long ago, just coming from high school to this collegiate level. It's a big jump. So what are you doing to try to help bring them along?
I can say just coaching them along the way. If they don't get something, they can come to me and ask me. Or if I see something wrong, I can just point it out and tell them, what they're doing wrong, or just help them along the way.
And, of course, one big factor is, and I don't even like talking about it, but we got to talk about it, COVID. I mean, it's here, man. It's one of those you got to be smart. Everybody's got to work together as a team to keep each other kind of responsible for looking out for themselves and each other. Just talk about that sense.
We've been trying to keep it down. We got a couple guys that's out, but we've been trying to stay safe, wear our masks, sanitize, stay social distance and all that.
All right, and then just got the news about Grant not being able to coach this year. I know that's going to be a tough blow, but at the same time, give you a little bit of extra motivation. If you had a chance to talk to Coach Pate right now, what do you want to tell him, man?
Hey, Coach, we love you, man. We appreciate all that you have done for us, and we're going to make this season the best, and we're going to get this one for you, Coach. We got you.
All right, Brandon, season, man, it's here. It's on top of you. Just talk about the excitement you got and that's surrounding the team right now to get the season started.
I'm very excited. I'm just ready to play, get back on the court. It's been a long journey for me, especially. We just came back from Christmas break, so I'm just ready to get back on the court and get a couple of dubs.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about it. You just came out of practice. Got to watch you guys for a little bit, man. Y'all putting in that work. So just talk about, just getting ready, like just to practice and everything. How's things going for the team?
It's going good, but we really out of shape right now. We're trying to build back up our stamina and all that. But the practice is really going good so far. With our coach, we just try to contribute to our assistant coach, him being the head coach now. So we just trying to build in and feed in on what he got going.
I got you. And now let's talk about that a little bit. We got the news about Grant. It's a tough blow, man, but I know you guys are going to rally and kind of just get behind him. So if you say anything to Coach Pate right now, what do you want to say?
Coach, we praying for you. I'm sorry it had to happen early, but we praying for you and we love you, and we're going to make it far this year. We're going to do all for you.
I know he's going to be proud watching you guys this year. Now let's just talk about it, man. You're a sophomore this year. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest thing that you learned from your first year heading into this season?
Don't take nothing for granted. Your spot is up for granted. You can't play around in practice. Everything is a business. And come in practice, work, and finish. All your work, you got to finish.
All right, and then, we asked Ro the same question I'll ask you now. Being a leader on this team and helping those freshmen, what is your advice to them, or how you help bringing them along? Because it's a big jump, man, from high school to junior college ball.
It's different. Well, it's really the same, but it's different, on a totally different level. You got to come, you got to work hard, play defense, and the freshmen look up to me because I was one of the lead scorer last year. So the freshmen really look up to me. They come ask me questions. I guide them on through the practice.
Hey, man, one final question before I let you go, and it's something, we just got to talk about. I don't like talking about it, but COVID's part of the world now. What are you guys doing as a team to stay safe and kind of hold each other responsible to be able to make it through the season?
Social distancing. We wearing our masks. We sanitizing. We all here and we trying to stay together instead of going out and hanging out with our friends. And we trying to stay together so we can play this year.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time and good luck this season.
All right, thank you. Oh, I got up.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Now we're joined by Coach Bozeman. Coach, before we get into it, let's just talk about the situation at hand. We learned earlier this week that Coach Pate is not going to be able to coach this season due to some illness. Rocks the team, but at the same time, going to give him a little extra motivation to play for Coach.
That's what we're hoping. You know, it's hard to figure out kids' mindset these days when it comes to things like this, but all of them have been pretty positive. They've been pretty positive with him. He's definitely missed. He's definitely missed by me, and he's definitely missed by this team. So it's a next man up scenario, and we're all going to try and do the best we can and carry on without him.
Well, let's just go ahead and get into it. You guys just got out of practice. I know the biggest thing always coming off that Christmas break is getting the guys back in shape. But just talk about the mindset right now at practice to get ready for the season. It actually starts in a couple of weeks.
Well, they've got a good work ethic, and they had that when they left. We made a lot of progress before the break, but when you're out 5 weeks, it's almost like a new season, and you're starting over with a very short period of time. So we're trying to make that adjustment, trying to get them in shape, and you can't overdo it, and at the same time, you can't underdo it. So we're trying to find that happy medium in terms of working them really hard, but at the same time, we don't need injuries because of this. We don't need to lose anybody. COVID kind of takes us out a little bit anyway, so that's kind of where we are.
All right, now let's talk about some of the sophomores that's coming back this year, or the sophomores that are coming back this year. Talk about those guys and what they can contribute this season.
Well, we've only got one guy that's really significant, Brandon Brown. He's getting recruited by a lot of folks, and he played significant minutes, and he had a really good year last year for a freshman. So we're expecting big things out of him. Certainly, he needs to improve his work ethic for him to reach the potential that he has. But we're going to lean on him a little bit. The other guys are really good. We've got T.J. Wallace, who transferred in here from Mississippi Delta, that's right down the street from Amory. He had a really good first semester. He's a little banged up right now, but we're expecting great things out of him. And Rodarian Pendleton is Phi Theta Kappa, and he's going to help us a lot, and so is Shamontes Mitchell. So those guys are sophomores and leaders, and we're expecting them to step up their role a little bit this year.
And of course, in the JUCO ranks, when you're a freshman, you get thrown to the fire. You don't really have the extra year or two to get ready like you do on the 4-year level. So talk about your freshmen and what expectations for them.
Well, the 2 out-of-state guys is who you have to start with. Kean Mims and Rod Jones, both of them are really good players. Kean is about 6'6", and about 205, 210, and he's really good. He can play in and out, a really good passer. He's going to help us a lot. He's a starter right off the bat. And Rod Jones is a scorer. He can get that ball in the bucket, and he's got speed and quickness and athletic ability. So we're counting on him to do great things for us. Hunter Stacy has really been a nice surprise. He shoots the ball really well, and he's tougher than what we thought. Deshaun Berry out of Hulka is those Hulka guys.
Yeah.
We lost a great one, but he just comes right in with a great attitude and a great work ethic, and he's a winner. So he's going to find time to get out there on that floor. So those guys are playing really hard. They're playing well, and we just hope to get them better.
And let's talk about that, just kind of building on that. As the season progresses, it's not if, it's almost when. You have to deal with COVID issues throughout the season. It's unique. Never had to deal with that before, but it's also almost like dealing with an injury. You just don't know when they're going to happen, so you can't really plan for it.
No, you can't. And it's not a day-by-day thing. It's almost an hour-by-hour thing. You don't know how many's going to show up for practice. You don't know who you're going to lose. Mm-hmm. And you're taking their temperature every day, and we're not a medical doctor. We just do the best we can, just like everybody everywhere else is, and you just move on. So we don't worry about the things we can't control. We just come to work every day, and that's got to be our motto, and that's what we have to do. Just come to work every day and do the best you can and leave it at that.
and a very unique schedule this year. Usually have double headers where girls go first, you guys go second, right around 7:30. Not the case this year. You're going to be, when they're at home, you're on the road. When you're at home, they're on the road. So going to make for a quicker night, but it's going to be a very unique, different brand of basketball this year.
Yeah, it is, and I don't know. I've been around long enough when guys and girls played on different nights and played in different places, and that was really nice. So I'm looking at that as a positive. I don't think that's going to be a negative for us because now you get more time to warm up. You know, you're riding the bus and you're not as crowded.
Right.
You know, you don't have to wait all day to get your food or whatever. But I'm looking at that as a positive for us. But you know, with so many sports playing this spring, our administration has an unbelievable job that they have to do to get transportation for all these sports that have been backed up to the spring. So that's going to be interesting in itself.
Well, any final thoughts coming into the season?
No, man, I just pray for Coach Pate and wish him the best, and I talk to him 3-4 times a day. I usually start my day with him and end my day with him after practice and keep him up with what's going on. And man, that dude's watching a lot of film. You can't keep him. He's unbelievable. Yeah. He has an unbelievable work ethic. So I mean, he's watching film. He's getting us prepared for Mississippi Delta and Mid-South next week. So I just wish him the best, man. I miss him so much, and I just pray and hope that he just gets better and gets over this thing and comes back real quick.
Absolutely, and I think that's a great note to end on. Coach, I appreciate your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.